Hi everyone, welcome to weekly legal news updates. In this session, we discuss some latest legal news, latest developments that are relevant for your CLAT and other law entrance examinations. Last week, we discussed about several issues that were relevant. Today, we are going to discuss about Law Commission of India because recently a new Law Commission has been appointed, 22nd Law Commission of India. So we'll take this opportunity to understand the new Law Commission, what is Law Commission, what is its role, and the constitution of the same. So let us begin. Just one second. Okay, so Law Commission of India. Center constitutes 22nd Law Commission. What role does this body play? And this article has been taken from Indian Express of 10th November. Today is 11th November. Center constitutes 22nd Law Commission. What role does this body play? After 2.5 years, please understand that in February 2020, the it was decided that there will be a law commission. But since 2020, now finally at the end of 2022, we have finally constituted a 22nd, a new law commission. So it took us 2.5 years for that. That was just the beginning of the pandemic. The 22nd Law Commission of India has been constituted with Justice retired Rituraj Awasthi as its head. Now this is very important in all the competitive examinations that you will be writing that ask directly your general knowledge or even CLAT that ask current affairs. This name of Justice Rituraj Awasthi is very important. He is the head of 22nd Law Commission of India. What is the Law Commission of India and what does it do? Let's find out. The Centre on Monday, November 7, constituted the Law Commission of India with Justice retired Rituraj Awasthi, who is former Chief Justice of Karnataka High Court. He is retired, so he was the Chief Justice. Now he is the former Chief Justice of Karnataka High Court at the head. He is the head of the Law Commission. Law Minister Kiran Rijiju, this is again is a important pointer. Who is the Law Minister? Kiran Rijiju. He tweeted that the other five members on the panel, so see, there is one head and five members, would be former Kerala High Court Judge Justice S.K. Sankaran, M. Karunanidhi, and law professors Anand Paliwal, D.P. Verma, and Raka Arya. Please understand that the Law Commission of India analyzes and looks into the law that are already there and suggests some new laws or suggests the laws that have become redundant, suggests the replacement of certain laws and makes suggestions. It's basically a research work. So look at the diversity in the chair that is there. There is this Kerala High Court Judge, Justice S.K. Sankaran, former Kerala High Court Judge, M. Karunanidhi. Law professors are also there. Anand Paliwal, D.P. Verma, Raka Arya. Since it's more into research, so law professors can contribute a lot in these law commissions. So three law professors are there, two justices are there, and at the helm, at the head of the law commission is Justice Rituraj Awasthi, who is the former Chief Justice of Karnataka High Court. Justice Awasthi, let's look at some of the background. He took over as Chief Justice of the Karnataka High Court in October 2021 and retired in July this year. So he retired this year only. He headed the bench that in March this year upheld the state government's restriction on women and girls wearing the hijab and educational institutes. So he was the person, he was the judge who upheld the state government's restriction on women and girls wearing the hijab in educational institute. If you remember, this was a very controversial decision and there were a lot of articles and news regarding that women and girls should they be allowed to wear hijab in educational institutes. So last month, a two-judge bench of the Supreme Court delivered a split verdict on the appeal against the High Court's order. So this order has also been appealed, and last month, two-judge Supreme Court bench of the Supreme Court delivered a split verdict on that. Justice Sankaran served in the Kerala High Court from 2005 to 2016. In 2009, Justice Sankaran decried. What is decried? Decried means publicly denounce. Decried the alleged practice of converting women to Islam in the guise of love, giving legitimacy to the theory of love jihad. You must have heard about this term love jihad, especially the political parties, especially this right-wing extremist political parties. They term this term love jihad to the situation where suppose a Muslim boy is uh, falling in love or making a Hindu girl fall in love with him. So, and for what purpose? In order to convert her to Islam. So this is at the disguise of being a Hindu. He will say that I am a Hindu, and after marriage, the girl will find out that he's a Muslim. Now she is married to a Muslim boy. So it is a theory that's how it is prevalent in the community. So this was given legitimacy by Justice Shankaran when when he publicly denounced this practice of converting women to Islam in the guise of love, giving legitimacy to the theory of love jihad. And this term has been used by the politicians at several forums, and there is a whole debate about it. This concept, the meaning and factual basis of which remain unclear, it's not clear exactly that what exactly is love jihad. Is it even a real thing? Is that even a reality? That is still unclear. Has since been used widely by politicians as a tool for communal polarization. So for communal polarization, this tool has been used that they accuse the Muslim community, the Muslim youths, to convert the Hindu girls into Muslim community. So Justice Shankaran, who is one of the member of this law commission, he gave legitimacy to this term love jihad by his judgment by publicly decrying the love jihad, the practice of converting women to Islam in the guise of love. So that is one interesting fact about this members of this commission. What is Law Commission of India? The Law Ministry describes the Law Commission of India as a non-statutory body. It's a non-statutory body. There is no statute for this body that is constituted by a notification of the Government of India with definite terms of reference to carry out research in the field of law. So basic purpose is to research in the field of law. The commission makes recommendations to the government in the form of reports. They submit reports that they should be done as per its terms of reference. So they will research all the existing laws. They will also see the laws that are prevalent in other countries and see that what is working there, can it be useful in India also. And based on all the research, they will make recommendations to the government of India that some of these laws have become redundant, some of these laws needs to be changed, some of these laws needs to be removed altogether. So as per the changing times, as you might be aware, that we are using so many times that are of British colonial era. Like say for example, Indian Penal Code. Indian Penal Code is the act of 1860. So 1860, like India got independence in 1947, and we adopted the constitution in 1949, and it came into force in 1950. But IPC is 1860. We are still using it because crime is crime. The definition of murder, the definition of culpable homicide, the definition of rape, everything we are still using that was defined years ago, hundreds of years ago. So that is how these committees, these commissions are very important, that regularly review the law, that are no more relevant. Say for example, earlier we did not have so much internet, we did not have so much communication. So the changes in the IT law, how to accommodate the new changing society, that now we have everything is at your fingertips. So obviously that affects your society as a large. The crime rate is different types of crimes emerge out of this the technological development. So hacking and phishing and so many other types of crime. So how to inculcate all that? That is why these commissions, we keep forming these commissions at regular interval, that give the government an insight as to the latest development in the society and how the law can be changed and updated to cater the needs of the changing society. So that is there. The Law Commission was first constituted in 1955 and has so far submitted 277 reports. Now, this is the 22nd Law Commission. So, the first Law Commission was constituted in 1955, just 5 years after the Constitution of India came into force, and has so far submitted 277 reports. According to the Law Ministry's website, the Law Commission of India provides excellent, thought provoking, and vital review of the laws in India. This is the uh, it's praising Law Commission that excellent, thought provoking, and vital review. Review is very important. So regular review is keeps the law updated. This Law Commission, that's the 22nd Law Commission. Let's talk about this. The commission headed by Justice Awasthi is the 22nd Law Commission of India. The tenure of the 21st Law Commission, which was headed by former Supreme Court Judge Justice B.S. Chauhan, this is also important for your general knowledge, came to an end on August 31st, 2018. The 22nd Commission has been constituted 2.5 years after it was approved by the Union Cabinet on February 19, 2020, just before the outbreak of the COVID-19 pandemic. So on February 19, 2020, the Union Cabinet approved that yes, we will form a 22nd Law Commission, but it was getting delayed again and again, and it took 2.5 years to finally constitute 22nd Law Commission. A petition had been moved in the Supreme Court subsequently against the delay in constituting the 22nd Commission. So there was also a petition in the Supreme Court that it was approved in February only. Why are we delaying it so long? Like it's been 2.5 years. Now finally we have the 22nd Law Commission. An official release at the time of cabinet clearance had said the commission would have a tenure of 3 years from the date of publication of the order of constitution in the official gazette. So they will have 3 years to review the laws, to come out with the research, to see all the aspects of what is required to be changed, what requires to be added. So they have 3 years for that. The tenure is 3 years. The release said that the commission shall, among other things, let's see what it will do, identify laws which are no longer needed or relevant and can be immediately repealed, examine the existing laws in the light of directive principles of state policy, and suggest ways of improvement and reform, and also suggest such legislation as might be necessary to implement the directive principles and to attain the objectives set out in the preamble of the Constitution. Now, please understand here. Directive principles of state policy are non-justiciable. They cannot be enforced in a court of law. However, at the time of making the law, it is expected that the legislation will take into consideration the principles set out in directive principles of state policy. So suppose the directive principles of state policy says that there should be ban on slaughter of cows and milch animals, or we should discourage the sale of alcohol. So of course, alcohol is sold throughout the territory of India except few states, but the effort should be the effort should be in the direction that we include all the directive principles or as many directive principles as possible while making the law, because those were the principles set out in the Constitution of India, and that is something that we should keep in mind depending on the resources of the state, depending on so many other factors. If and when possible, include directive principles in making the law. So that is one thing. This is always, whenever a law commission is formed, they always try to include some directive principles of state policy in the latest laws, because the whole purpose of directive principles is to gradually, as and when the state has resources, include them as a full-fledged law. So that is one thing. There are also the objectives set out in the preamble to the Constitution of India. The preamble says that we, the people of India, having solemnly resolved to constitute India into a sovereign, socialist, secular, democratic republic, and to secure to all its citizens justice, liberty, equality, and so on and so forth. And towards the end, it says that on this 26th November 1949, do we hereby adopt, enact, and give to ourselves this Constitution. So the principles set out in the Constitution regarding the equality, regarding liberty, regarding fraternity, so that is also one thing that we should achieve. So all that is taken into consideration while making law. So that is also one thing. And revise the central acts of general importance so as to simplify them and remove anomalies, ambiguities, and inequities. So all the central acts, we have so many acts, so that are of general importance. So how to simplify them, how to remove anomalies if any, ambiguities if any, and inequities if any. So essentially, it's to overhaul the legal system, the acts, the bare acts, the central acts, the state legislations, all the things that require to be changed in the, as far as law is concerned. All that is the role of the Law Commission of India. The Law Commission of India will look at the existing laws, will suggest changes, will recommend that this should be done, that should be done, this should be like this, that should be like this, and will submit its report to the central government. Now the central government, of course, they have the parliament. So parliament will come up with law. They might or might not accept the recommendations of the Law Commission, and it will reflect in the laws that are passed in the parliament. So this is the function of Law Commission, and these are some information about the 22nd, the latest Law Commission of India, that will have a tenure of 3 years, and after 2.5 years it has been constituted under Justice Rituraj Avasthi, and there are 5 other members. So this is the information that will be helpful for you as far as your CLAT is concerned or the law entrance examinations is concerned. I'll see you more again with more such information. Till then, have a good day. Thank you so much.